Y'all, I made the best chocolate chip cookies, and I will drop the recipe below. And my little helper, of course, she was helping me in the kitchen. So we started off with 2 softened sticks of butter. Well, it wasn't softened because I'm going to have to take it out and melt it down, but y'all will see. Then you want to go in with 1 1/4 cup of light brown sugar and a 1/2 cup of white sugar and mix it together. But like I said, this butter was not fully thawed out. It was a little soft. So I just ended up removing it, putting it in like a container like that, cup, just to melt it down a little bit so it could be softened. And I just scraped the excess. But if you do melt it like that, you want to wait till it cools off because you do not want to cook your eggs like when you add it in there. So just wait till the butter cool off and then mix it in with your sugar just like this. Just kind of fold it in. You can whisk it in too. But I just had this spoon and that's what I use. So then you want to go in with 2 eggs. Add in 1 egg at a time and mix it together. And my little helper, she was helping me crack this egg. But make sure you mix your eggs really well for this recipe, because the cookies, the way that I've learned to perfect them, y'all, you got to make sure that it's kind of sticky a little bit. So you want to whisk in your eggs a lot and then fold in the flour. That's what's going to help. And those chunks you see there are just the chunks of butter, but it eventually melted as it set more on the countertop. And then I went in with a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of cornstarch. And you'll see me add all of that and mix it in as I'm adding it one by one. And my little helper, she was doing that part. And then I did end up adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla as well, and then mixing that all together. You can also add in vanilla instead of vanilla extract, but I just had vanilla extract, so that's what I added in. And then for this recipe, I added like 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Now, all-purpose flour, but if you like your cookies like super doughy or like cake like, you want to go in with 3 cups of flour. But I wanted the Subway cookie effect, the thin, crispy on the end, boneless, kind of what John Nice be saying. So that's what this recipe called for. Then I went in with some chocolate chips, milk chocolate. You can add however many you want. You can add macadamia. You can add white chocolate. It does not matter. For this recipe, I just use regular chocolate chips. And then I took my little ice cream scooper and put parchment paper on a baking dish and added it in one by one. And my little helper was so determined. She